extra time.
I wonder just how big a hit to the confidence a defeat like that will be, and how, as captain, do you ensure it isn't?
Well, as I said after the last game, I think it's really important that we stay level. We don't get too far above our station when we win, and we don't see it as doom and gloom when we have tough weeks like we have this time round. We've played some really good cricket over the recent past in challenging conditions, very foreign conditions, and we've been, let's be honest, outplayed in all three departments this week. So it's important that we learn. We take it as a bit of an education. We look at how they've gone about things on a surface that has spun a huge amount, probably bounced more than we'd anticipate as well. But take that forward, take it as a learning, and make sure that we're better for it next time we do experience conditions that are similar.
Yeah, on the pitch, what did you make of it? Some people saying it wasn't fit for Test cricket.
I say it was a challenging wicket, and I do think that the toss was an important one to win, but it wouldn't have guaranteed us to win the game either. The fact is that India have showed that you can score runs on it, and found a way of managing a very tricky service. So for us, I think we've got to learn from that. We've got to take bits from it, add it to our own games, and come back better for it as well. They're very different to what a lot of our guys will have experienced before. But as long as we learn from it, then we'll be a better side in the future. It might not be that when we come to bat on day 2 of a game that it spins as much as it did this time round, or performs how it did this time round, but it might be days 3, 4, 5 where it becomes a little bit more challenging. And now we've got that in the bank. Hopefully, guys will be able to take that forward and be better for it.
You chose not to play Dom Bess. Any regrets in hindsight with that decision?
No, I think we made that decision, and you can look at a number of things. When you lose, selection's one of the easy things to blame. I look at the side that we did select, and the players that are out there. There's certainly the talent there to go and back up what was a very fine performance in the first game. So I'd say Dom will benefit from taking a little bit of time out of it, working on a few things, and I think he'll be coming back a better player when his opportunity arises. But I think that's an easy excuse to make. And we've got a very talented squad of players, and there was a very talented side that came into this game.
And finally, from me, how's Ben Stokes, and also how is Crawley doing?
Yeah, Ben's fine. He's fit to play. It was more of a tactical decision that he didn't bowl throughout this Test matches, more than the 2 overs that he did. You look at the Test match as a whole, there was a minimal amount of seam bowled in the whole game because of the wicket that we were dealing with. So Ben will be fine. Zach is improving all the time. He's been batting quite a lot this week and seems to be getting better and better. So that's great signs for him and for us moving forward.
Moeen 8 for 226, Jack Leach 8 for 178. Did you actually want more from your spinners in these conditions? You described it as a challenging pitch. Did you want more from your spinners?
What I would say is that I think as a bowling group, we've spoken a lot recently about building pressure for long periods of time. I think one thing that we could have got a little bit better, especially on day 1, was just squeeze the game for longer. Try and bowl 6 balls at one batter. Try and make it difficult for them to rotate strike and create pressure that way. And I think that's one thing that we can take forward for the rest of the tour. Can we find ways of keeping the board quieter for longer? Can we string maidens together? And can we force errors through very disciplined passages of play with the ball? That's one thing I think that they did a lot better than us. And I also think that one thing our batters need to learn is that how well they manage to rotate strike, how they manage to bat at the other end on a very challenging surface. So as long as we look at the game honestly, we look at areas that we can improve on. I think they did a lot of good stuff as well in the middle of all that. So we're always looking forward as a team, and we don't be too hard on ourselves after this week. You've got to remember, we won all in this series. We're very much in it, very much a part of it. We played 3 brilliant games coming into this one. So as long as we stay level, keep working hard, we're very much alive and kicking in this series.
like various people have had varied opinion about the nature of the track for this match, but you and your teammates have played on it. So, do you think the conditions were definitely challenging, but do you think the pitch was that bad to call it a sandpit or a beach?
Well, you can call it whatever you like. The fact of the matter is we were outplayed on it. And as I mentioned, I do think that the toss was an important one. Don't think it necessarily dictated who was going to win the game, but we'd have certainly liked to have batted first on it. The thing that stands out is that India made the most of that opportunity, and we didn't perform well enough in that first innings. We didn't get close enough to them and apply enough pressure in that respect. And if we'd have been closer to them when we took that cluster of wickets in the second innings early on, it might have changed the momentum of the game. And that's something that we'll have to look back on and try and get better if we find ourselves on a similar kind of surface. But as I say, we've got to learn from it. It's very alien to what a lot of English guys will have experienced before, as are green seamers that you might come across in the UK. Do I think it was a good pitch? I would say it was a good pitch. It made for very exciting cricket, but that is not the reason why we lost the game. We were outplayed, and we have to be very honest about that. And we have to be better if we find ourselves in a similar situation further down the line.
Just on the sort of selections, you talked a bit about the difficulty that you've had kind of balancing everything up, but I guess it's quite clear that the T20 side has taken priority this winter, having a full strength side throughout rather than the test side. Are you kind of resigned to that being the case, that the T20 preparations are kind of more important than the test series?
I think my job is to manage the squad of players that we have here, and I'm trying to do that best of my ability. I think we've got some wonderfully talented players and a squad of players that is more than capable of winning out here. As soon as that squad's passed over, it's mine and Spoons' responsibility to try and get the best out of them, to try and win as many games as we can, and certainly trying to do that to as best as possible. And I'll keep going back to it. We're 1-1 in a very exciting series, 2 games, a new stadium, and a pink ball. So very much looking forward to getting stuck into it. As I say, there'll be guys coming out of quarantine as well that will add energy, bring something new to the group, and it's important that we very much look forward to what's next, and these 2 games, which presents a really good opportunity for us.
But how difficult is it to go into a 4-match test series where you have 4 changes after 1 game, and then you're now forced into multiple changes again, I guess, for the next match? How is that? How difficult, or how do you manage so many changes during a test series, in and out?
It is difficult. It's challenging, but so is everything at the moment. In these times with COVID, with bubble lives, with the amount of cricket that we've got, and trying to manage all of that, factor it all in together, it is tough. But it is where we're at, and that's where we find ourselves, and we just have to make sure that we get the best out of the players that are here. And as I mentioned, we've got a very talented squad of players. We've got a number of different options. We've got variety in the players that we can bring in, all offer something slightly different. So it doesn't change my focus, which is how we're going to win these next 2 games. And obviously, me and Spoons will look at the squad that is available to us and make sure that we're very happy with the 11 that's selected to make the most of this pink ball under lights at a new ground. And hopefully that will be the right team to take advantage of those conditions.
Johnny Bairstow and Zach Crawley are back. They're available. Are they right in the frame? And I mean right in the frame for selection for the next test match?
Yeah, I'm sure that they'll want to get some more time in practice and utilise the lead up to this next game. But we'll put a squad out there as soon as we're ready, and anyone in that squad is obviously up for selection.
Hit the subscribe option and the bell icon to get all the exclusive sports videos on Extra Time.